into the area, and again, and this time it's turned in by Naki well.
You can count on us.
Save $2 on fresh boneless pork sirloin chops, just $2.99 per pound. Pretty Lady extra large red or white seedless grapes, $3.99 per pound. Only 99 cents for selected varieties of 6-ounce Yoplait yogurt. A healthy snack, Mott's applesauce, $3.19 a 6-pack for selected varieties. Save more than half price on a 4-roll package of bathroom 2-ply toilet tissue, only 89 cents. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more super specials.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Tuesday, September 25th, 2018. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. They say 24 hours is a long time in politics, and it was more than enough time for Justin Mathias to call it quits as chairman of the One Bermuda Alliance. Mr. Mathias had sat down on Monday with our Tarai Trot to discuss the problems facing the embattled opposition party following the ousting of leader Gene Atherton. But hours after the interview aired, came news that Mr. Mathias had stepped down. Tarai Trot picks up the story from here.
Justin Mathias, still chairman at the time of our interview Monday evening, asked if he would be able to work with new opposition leader Craig Cannonier and asked about his future as party chairman.
Are you going to be able to work with him well?
Of course. I think it's very weird in the sense I only became chair on July 14th. So prior to that I was the deputy chair. I was elected deputy chair in November. And prior to that I was the FBA chair. And I was a senator under Gene Atherton. So in my Senate role, she is my leader. So I'm an appointment, and I toe party lines.
So you plan to remain in position until such time?
Of course, my constitutional role is for 2 years. So I assumed the chairmanship in July 14th, 2018, and I will be there until the 2020.
Hi, I'm Nick Kemp, and I'm pleased to run again.
Elsewhere, Mr. Mathias spoke candidly about the departure from the party of Nick Kemp, who was a rising star within the OBA ranks before Gene Atherton abruptly fired him from the Senate in late 2017.
I think what really killed us was when Nick left.
Was a decision made by Mrs. Atherton?
No, it wasn't. Nick Kemp resigned. And
he resigned after Mrs. Atherton removed him from the Senate?
Yes, and that's between those two. But, you know, I signed up to be deputy chair, and Nandi Atterbridge signed up to be deputy chair, and we went together. And that is the executive. The chairmans, the deputy chairs, that is the executive. And the executive got a real blow 5 days after the conference when we didn't have that position. And we were trying for a while to figure out, you know, let's fill the position. But then you have to go to the place, is it fillable? Does anybody want to do it?
As we know by now, hours after our first part of this interview aired, came news that Mr. Mathias stepped down. His reason still unclear. The 26-year-old former MSA pupil enjoyed a rapid rise to the height of Bermudian politics. He was elected deputy chairman of the OBA in November 2017, when he was also appointed to the Senate at the age of 25, replacing Nick Kemp, and being elevated to party chairman in July 2018. Many saw him as a closely linked figure to now deposed OBA leader Gene Atherton. It's not clear who will act as chairman of the OBA until a substantive replacement is elected. All of these developments fueling belief that the OBA's future remains uncertain. Tarai Trot reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Opposition leader Craig Cannonier has put change at the top of his agenda. Speaking to our Mike Sharp shortly after he was sworn in, Mr. Cannonier acknowledged criticisms from the public but showcased a new approach.
Well, I think what we're looking for is change. We recognize that we've been limping for some time now, and as I said inside, there are members who came to me who asked me to take up the mantle, and I've taken up that mantle. We've got some work to do, obviously. We have been listening to the public, and I believe that this is a response to the public saying to us that we need to be on a course of change.
Yes. There's word that you did not follow the Constitution.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure who all of that is saying that. That is completely false, completely far out in left field. And anyone to even insinuate that is misleading the public. I would not be getting sworn in today if we did not follow process. The OBA's Constitution now needs to be followed, and that's what will happen.
Will there be changes in the Senate?
Well, obviously, I believe that there will be changes in the Senate, but it's not time to give those announcements yet.
Could we obviously see a little shakeup overall with the ministry?
Listen, I'm not a rash person. I don't come in, as they say, like a bull in a china shop. However, we do recognize that change is needed. To say what those changes are right now would be preliminary for me to speak to.
Yeah. Who was the catalyst behind this move to get you back in the hot seat?
That would be an unfortunate answer. Listen, I'm not here to point at anyone. I'm not here to castigate anyone as looking like they spearheaded something. This is a collective decision. This is not about an individual. This is about Bermuda. We have got to look at how we can improve ourselves, and we can only do that by having a good, strong, viable opposition. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. What do you think about the comments from Kemp saying OBA needs to part ways with the UBP here in order to move forward?
Well, he's entitled to his opinion. You know, that's not the first time that I've heard that. I've heard that repeatedly over the years. But again, he's entitled to his opinion.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Michael. We'll have more for you after this short break, including all the latest weather news. You don't want to miss it.
Price Rite is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce. And an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Rite at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
Bassett, custom designs by you at Furniture Walk. So, how do you like it? Choose your arm style, then select your pieces. Special order exactly what you want. Your style, your way. Sofa, love seat, chair, sectional, you name it. Bassett, your style, your way at Furniture Walk.
Previously at Mailboxes U.S. Express.
Mailboxes Unlimited gives you an address in New Jersey for just $20 a year, and we'll ship your stuff from there to here and save you over 80% on the shipping. Join the over 11,000 people that are already members of Mailboxes U.S. Express. We are the cheapest and the fastest way to ship stuff from there to here. Excuse me while I answer my phone.
My name is Steve Thompson, and I approve of this message.
Mailboxes U.S. Express. Sign up today.
Welcome back. In court news, a Warwick woman is bailed after being charged with causing the death of Rakai Augustus. Appearing in magistrate's court, 29-year-old Kellyanne Damasio was charged with causing the death of Mr. Augustus by dangerous driving on October 28th of last year on Wellington Street in St. George's. Damasio was not required to enter a plea, as the charges must be heard in the Supreme Court. Magistrate Kamisi Tacumbo granted the defendant bail in the amount of $10,000 with a like surety. She's due back in court on November the 1st. In other news, residents will be given an idea of what the new longboard and swing bridges will look like now that the final plans have been drawn up. As Gary Moreno explains, the new structures are meant to be high-tech and expected to last several decades.
These images indicate what the new longboard and the larger swing bridge will look like. According to Colonel David Birch, Minister of Public Works, the new bridges are designed to be unique landmark Bermuda structures which will reflect Bermuda's unique and welcoming culture. The designs were created by Ramboll UK after the company was awarded the contract to do an in-depth study of location, topography and marine and highway traffic flow for each structure, as well as to produce one preferred option for each bridge and come up with detailed designs with a final plan to be issued for tender for construction. This was all done at a cost of slightly more than $400,000 based on information provided in a ministerial statement from Minister Birch. Minister Birch at the time reminded the Longbird Bridge had been condemned for several years prior to a temporary Bailey Bridge being installed at the site back in 2007. The Swing Bridge, he pointed out, was now 53 years old, but the lifespan of this type of bridge is 50 years. The minister added latest studies indicate the Swing Bridge will have to be replaced within 5 years. Recent repair work will allow for the bridge to last until 2021, but Minister Birch asserts it is time to rebuild this essential piece of infrastructure, reminding that while corrosion poses a serious threat to the long-term function and integrity of steel bridges, the problem is magnified when it comes to Bermuda, where salt water and warm weather create the perfect environment for accelerated corrosion of these structures. The minister pointed out in his statement that given the new technologies and materials which will be used in the construction of the new bridges, their target life will be 100 years. He explains, quote, new materials such as ultra-high performance concrete, high performance steel and composites are being used to add durability, higher strengths, resilience and longer life to bridges. Prefabricated bridge elements, structural components that are built off-site, are being used to reduce the amount of time traffic needs to be disrupted while a bridge is repaired or constructed. Prefabricated bridge elements will also improve significantly the quality of concrete in our work with high-performance aggregates not available in Bermuda and optimal curing conditions, unquote. The new bridges, along with existing ones, will also be fitted with sensors which will provide ongoing feedback on structural conditions, thus enabling engineers to identify and address any issues as early as possible, thereby ensuring enhanced public safety. As for the causeway, the minister revealed several inspections were done and various options were looked at to see what would be the best way to improve both safety and investment for the taxpayer. These inspections, he said, showed the causeway to be sound, and although maintenance work will need to be carried out every year, there is no structural or economic argument to support the construction of a new causeway. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Gary. And those comments coming from a ministerial statement delivered to the House of Assembly in December of last year. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Public Works will hold an information session to present detailed designs for the Longbird and Swing bridges. The public forum will take place tomorrow, Wednesday, September 26, at Penrose Wharf, starting at 6 p.m. Turning to weather news, a mostly cloudy day with brisk winds, as we can see from our tower cam. Still a beautiful evening out there, but there's also some tropical activity to keep an eye on. Let's go to AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you had a great Tuesday. As we take a look at the satellite here, you can see that we do have lots of clouds, not just for us, but also a couple of disturbances that we're watching right now. We've got Leslie that is far away from us, but this thing's still going to be out here at least for the next several days, and into next week it will make for some rough conditions out on the water with the swells getting closer to the island. Then as we head toward the east coast, you can see that we do have this moisture approaching the Carolinas, not really helping the situation they're dealing with out there after they did have to deal with Hurricane Florence. So looking at the radar tonight, we've had some showers in our area, lots of clouds, but you can see the heaviest of the rain is to our west and also to our east as well. So we're kind of right smack dab right in the middle with some unsettled weather. As we look at conditions right now across the island, we are sitting in the low 80s, humidity around 65%, a little bit breezy outside with winds coming in out of the northeast, anywhere from 16 to 20 knots. The water feeling pretty nice for late September, 82 degrees. And then as you get outside of the reef, that's where we're seeing some choppier conditions with the water. Waves outside of the reef running anywhere from 5 to even 10 9 feet. So we do have a small craft warning in place, and this continues at least through tomorrow evening. Inside of the reef, getting you out the door tomorrow if you're doing any boating. We're looking at waves anywhere from 2 to 3 feet. Outside of the reef, between 5 to 10 feet, and then we will see the waves decreasing as we head into your Wednesday evening. For this evening, lows will be bottoming out right around 73. We'll allow for a spotty shower in places. And again, remember, we do have that small craft warning. High tide coming in tonight at 9:53 and our low tide just before 4 a.m. on Wednesday. And for your Wednesday, expect it to be breezy at times throughout the day. Temperatures right around 82 degrees. We'll call it partly sunny, so more sunshine as we step into the middle of the work week. All right, here's our future cast as we head throughout time. As I mentioned, Leslie, that storm that's well out to sea, it's over 1,000 miles away from Bermuda. It's going to be spinning there for the next several days, so don't worry about that right now. As we head into the next couple of days, fairly decent weather as high pressure starts to build in, so we're actually in a good position, but again, this will make for some rough conditions out on the water as we head into next week. Current conditions, Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad, a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms. Nothing that we have to monitor for us, but that subtropical storm Leslie is well off to our east at this point. Doing some traveling tomorrow, New York City, showers and storms. Some can be severe. Atlanta, 86, and stormy at times. Your extended forecast, few showers into tonight, and then we are clearing things out with the next chance for showers early this weekend.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
It's hurricane season. Here are some tips from BF&M. Before a storm, make sure you have a family plan. Stock up on food and water and protect your home. Board up and make sure your insurance policies are up to date. After a storm, check everyone's safety, especially seniors. Inspect your property and secure from further damage. Then, note the damages, list, and take photos. Remember, you can always count on BF&M 24/7 during hurricane season and all year round.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
Win a trip or two to the 2019 Trinidad Carnival. When you purchase a car from Bermuda Motors, your name will be entered into a draw for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for two, including flights, accommodation, and tickets to the Trinidad Carnival. Visit Bermuda Motors on Church Street or bermudamotors.bm.
Healthy people and healthy communities.
The Ministry of Health is presenting their 8th annual Celebrating Wellness event, September 26th at Bars Bay Park, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a free event for the whole family, featuring music, free health screenings, healthy food vendors, career skills development, and much more. Be healthy, stay healthy. Come and celebrate wellness with the Department of Health. This is a message from the Government of Bermuda.
From sunup to sundown, a dedicated team of highly skilled workers using state-of-the-art technology quietly work to keep Bermuda moving. Bermuda's national and commercial institutions and its people rely on goods imported through Polaris from across the globe. Over 30,000 containers are unloaded each year, representing everyday goods, groceries, vehicles, and so much more. Polaris Holding Company is the powerhouse group behind Bermuda's docks with interests in heavy equipment and real estate. Polaris is quietly powering Bermuda.
Welcome back. Well, women aged 40 and up are encouraged to start screening annually for breast cancers, as October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Bermuda Cancer and Health Center says they perform up to 10,000 examinations yearly to help detect cancer in women sooner. Jasmine Patterson has more.
Breast cancer. It can affect anyone at any age, regardless of a family history of cancers. Experts say early detection using a mammogram increases the chances of survival. And in Bermuda, it's the deadliest form of cancer affecting women. Guidelines fluctuate. However, most doctors recommend women be screened by at least aged 40.
Mammography is, I guess, unfavorable exam because it is slightly uncomfortable. I think most women tolerate it quite well. It is fairly quick. So, basically we take four x-rays of the breast, and that's usually all that we need.
According to the College of Radiology, black women are at higher risk of the disease and now recommend a risk assessment at age 30.
The statistics have already shown that 1 in 8 women will be affected with breast cancer, and it actually, the relationship between that and a family history is not that significant. So we can't assume that because you don't have family members with breast cancer that you're removed from that equation.
The exam is relatively quick.
We basically raise the machine up to the level of the patient's breast. The breast is gently supported by the platform here, and then the unit is compressed.
Less than 2 minutes.
At the center, we're doing about 8,000 to 9,000 patients a year. And our stats previously have shown that about 52 of those patients will come back positive, which works out to be about 1 patient every week turns out to have a breast cancer. So it is definitely a worthwhile exam to have.
It's tough to determine who will develop breast cancer, but there are ways to reduce your risk, such as healthy diet, regular exercise, and limiting the consumption of alcohol. It's also important for women and girls to regularly perform self-exams to check for lumps or any unusual changes to the surface of the skin.
The rate of survival is about 89 to 90% if it's detected early. And that's why we do what we do.
Women aged 38 to 42 are invited to visit the clinic this Monday to meet the team and find out more about early detection. The number to call is 236-1001 or visit chc.bm. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with sports just after this short break.
You can count on us.
Save $2 on imported red potatoes, $4.99 for a 5-pound bag. Only $1.99 per pound for fresh value-packed chicken thighs. Tama macaroni, $1.69 for a 500-gram package. Save $1.06 on Mott's apple juice, $3.99 for a 64-ounce bottle. A cool treat, save $2.06 on Magnum ice cream bars, just $5.29 for a 3-pack. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
I had diabetes for about 12 years, and I weighed 267 pounds. So at that time I was taking 10 pills a day.
Type 2 diabetes is a big problem, largely because of modern day lifestyles, and that's largely down to what we're eating.
This July I went to my annual physical. I weighed 215 pounds. I am on 1 blood pressure pill and that's it.
You don't have to walk around with blood sugars that are very high and a disease that is rampant. You can actually move that in the other direction.
A year ago, my 3-year-old grandson would want me to chase him on the beach or chase him around the yard, and I couldn't do it for more than about 30 seconds. The other day, we were running and playing, and just the look of joy and happiness on his face, it makes it all worthwhile.
We're championing you. We're in your corner. We're cheering you on. If you fall down, we pick you up and we dust you off and we get back on the path. We can do this.
All my life is changing every day, in every possible way. Then I open up and see the person falling here is me. 'Cause you're a dream to me.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. That's what dreams are made of.
Stevedoring Services Limited, a Polaris company, presents Building a Bermuda Workforce. Join us as we hear from the CEO, an international trainer, and young Jaquan DeShields, who has started his journey through the Stevedoring Training Ground. Watch Building a Bermuda Workforce on ZBM TV9 Wednesday, September 26th at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday, September 30th at 8 a.m. Building a Bermuda Workforce.
Here's Earl Basden with tonight's sports report.
Bermuda's men's and women's rugby teams arrived back at the LF Wade International Airport last evening after competing in the RAN Sevens in Barbados. Jamie Barnwell, the women's national coach, said the team is heading in the right direction.
Well, Earl, it's first of all, it's important to say we have improved on our performance from last year. So the girls have gone up 2 places from 10th to 8th this year, beating Curaçao 49 points to 0 in their first game. But we've got some way to go to get our way further up the rankings, I would say. And a lot of that's going to be what's going to be happening really in the next year or two with the development of women's rugby on the island. I know it's something that Gillian's really passionate about. Gillian is our captain of our women's team, who was unfortunate not to be able to play this time because she had an injury.
The men's captain, Tashawn De Silva, said the team's aspirations were high going in.
We've been training for like 3 months before this tournament, and the commitment ensured that the team came together, and even though it was bad decisions and little mistakes or whatever that causes the game, but we ensured that we didn't stop. We kept on going, and we wanted to actually become third place. We wanted first place, but hey.
After winning his 3rd Bermuda Professional Golf Association round at the Belmont Hills yesterday, Daniel Augustus explains that he is pleased with his game and what his immediate future plans are.
It was good, obviously, to be able to, not necessarily play as good as I know I can and still picking up first place paycheck. So I'm happy about it. I feel like my game is starting to come around. My not so good rounds are still on the par, and that's always
So it's a good place to be.
Yeah, I go off to North Carolina Monday, October 1st. I'll be playing some G Pro Tour events. I'll actually be doing a Monday qualifier in November for the RSM Championship, which is a PGA Tour event. And then I'll be doing some other mini tour events down in Florida after that.
Delray Rollins and his Sussex teammates had an opening day to forget against Northamptonshire in their Specsavor County Championship Division II match at the county ground yesterday. Both teams were bowled out on the opening day, with Northamptonshire leading at the close of play by 49 runs. Sussex won the toss and elected to bat, and they were bowled out for 118. Rollins went without scoring. In reply, Northamptonshire recovered from 111 for 9 to be bowled out for 171. Sussex will close out the day 4 without loss after 5 overs. Madeline Moore and her University of Northern Colorado swimming teammates responded following their loss to Wyoming with a strong performance against Colorado School of Mines, winning 166-88. Moore swam the 3rd leg for the University of Northern Colorado's B Women's 400-yard medley relay team that finished 2nd, clocking 4:07:43. With a time of 59:12, Moore won the women's 100-yard backstroke. Moore would then finish 2nd, competing in the women's 100-yard butterfly with a time of 58:45. The Bermuda Basketball Elite City League continued inside the Bermuda College Gymnasium last evening with a doubleheader that produced 228 points. Game 1 saw the Hornets defeat the Warriors 59-51. The Hornets were led by Dare Smith, who would score 18 points. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, while the Warriors got 17 points from Cameron James. He also had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Game 2 saw the Fort Knox Panthers defeat the Storm 68-50. Shannon Thompson recorded a double-double, scoring 16 points and grabbing 10 rebounds to lead the Fort Knox Panthers to victory. He also had 1 assist and 2 steals. His teammate, Dean Jones, also had a double-double with 15 points and 20 rebounds. He would also have 2 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocked shots. The Storm were led by Akil Smith, who had a game-high 20 points. He also had 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals, while Gershon Kirk scored 15 points. He had 12 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocked shots. The Bermuda Commercial Summer Softball League playoffs resumed with a doubleheader at the Michael Pre Softball Diamond that produced 49 runs. DC Venture Mini-Me's defeated Butterfield and Vallis Sliders 28-8 to be crowned the Corporate Division playoff champions. Docksiders defeated the Blue Wahoos 9-4 in Game 1 of the A Division playoffs in the best of 5 game series. In Freezenbrook Maya Continental Bowling League action at the Work Lanes, it saw the Oddballs defeat New Hope 21-9. Bermuda Pest Control defeated the Pinjammers 19-11, while the Underdogs got by the Nifty Rollers 19-11. The Spice Snakes defeated the Cubs 16-14, and the Invaders defeated Cricky Licky Lundry 19-11. Bermudian archer Jordan Slayton finished second in the male compound Cub division of the 2018 Georgia Archery Cup. Slayton would finish with 1,292 possible points out of 1,440 points, representing MWS Smash Arrows. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. Well, that's all from the news team. For the moment, I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for sharing part of your Tuesday evening with us. Everyone, good night.